move in silence. A lot of us guys get to a point we're talking way too much. When women say things like, I don't like a gym guy, I don't like a cocky guy, arrogant guy, things like that, they really are speaking in code. Everything women say is in code. If you didn't get that yet, well, I don't know what to say. It's not even that you go to the gym that makes you unattractive. You're confident that makes you unattractive. It's the fact that those individuals and the characteristics they're trying not to describe to sort of protect themselves from being ridiculed is talking too much, revealing too much, not keeping a secret, not moving in silence. That is what that truly means. Everything they say is in code, if you didn't catch that yet. Saying I want a guy that's 6'8", I want a guy that's strong, financially literate, financially stable. All of that just means provide protection. All of that just means security. You know what I'm saying? My point is, move in silence. Not everybody needs to know everything you have going on. The goals you have, the aspiration, dreams, whatever you want to call it. It's better certain things should be kept untold. You know, a lot of you guys, you go out on a date with somebody beautiful, or you have sexual encounters in the past, or whatever you're doing right now. You all want to talk about it. You all want to just share with everybody. That's lame. That's lame. And to the opposite sex, they say that in code. They really do. If you really pay attention, it's lame. Your sexual past, your current sexual encounters, or if you never had any encounters, is to yourself to keep. No matter what. A guy secure on themselves doesn't need to share any of that. We're not women. We don't need to gossip and all that stuff. We just don't. For all you need to know, I'm a virgin. That's cool with me. And we have to get to a point where we embrace not saying everything. Not having to share every single detail of every single thing about you. Move in silence. There's a hidden treasure with being mysterious. And this works for all facets of life. At the workplace especially, this definitely should apply. In all the interactions that you have with a lot of acquaintances or whatever the case may be. Even within your family sometimes. It's sometimes better just to zip it. You don't need to talk about everything. Get to a point when someone looks at you, they know you have something going on, but they don't quite know what and how. That is the key. What matters is what you're doing behind closed doors. The work you're putting in, the things you have to overcome to get to where you want to be, and how you carry yourself. Those things matter behind closed doors a lot more. Or I should say, the things that matter the most is the things behind closed doors. And once you're outside of closed doors, the way you carry yourself, how you look, how you move, how you speak will show that. You don't need to say much. Get to a point you don't need to say much, but they think that you have something going on, or they know that you have something going on, or they assume that you have something going on based on how you're moving. That's the key, folks. Every time you get a promotion, every time you're in a good spot, traveling, all these things that you think that will get your approval, keep it to yourself. A lot of you jeopardize what things could be by telling too many people, because something like words can truly destroy what potential you have and your ability to keep going on what you're doing. Somebody having input on something, saying something towards where you want to go or what things you want to do, it can stop you from getting there. So it's better just to not say much, because the more eyes on what you're trying to do, the more influences and the more, and the more input is on your thing, the more it can be influenced, especially in a negative way. Because as people, it's natural for us to think negative. It's natural. So you have to protect yourself in that regard and also exercise self-control. Not everything about you needs to be revealed. Let me ask you this question. What about telling other people about all these things is beneficial to you? What approval are you seeking? Because if you're really seeking approval from people no better than you, what does that say about you? Get to a point you're so secure of yourself, you don't need anybody to know what you have going on. That's the key. Your results will radiate what you're doing and what you have going on. Move in silence. I learned this lesson from my father. He published so many books, and I only discovered this a couple of years ago. So, throughout the years of being alive with my father, I'm 30 by the way, I did not even know how many books he published. That's how much he kept it in silence. What I did notice is how hard he worked, how often he was in the office writing, doing stuff. I'm like, what's he doing? That's what he was doing. You can see the body of work. You can see the results. And the respect just went up after seeing that, because he's not the type to brag about what he has going on. And that should be a lesson we can all take and use in our own lives, because it protects us. And another thing I noticed too with a lot of his co-workers, a lot of them do this too much, and they didn't even do 1/10 of what he did. And he's the most silent person. I'll tell you this right now, being silent doesn't mean jack SHIT on what you have going on. It doesn't. People have become very good at sales nowadays, especially with something like social media. People sell you a dream, they sell you a lifestyle, they sell you highlights. But deep down, we know that a lot of it is to just get your attention, get your sale, and a lot of it too is fake. If you really have things going on, you don't need to rent vehicles, rent women, rent watches to showboat. Because things like your character, how you carry yourself, how you articulate things, how you move, what things you reveal, says more about you. And it says more about how secure you are within yourself. So I want that to be a point to take into consideration. Move in silence. Don't tell on yourself. Don't talk too much. Let your results do the speaking. For us guys especially. If women aren't messaging you first, if they're not wondering about you first, without you having to show what car you're driving, show what you're doing for work, your followers on social media, or any of those things, you're not really it. I hate to say it. It doesn't mean that you cannot get there or you're not on the way there, but if you need those exterior things for them to come to you first, it's not it. I can assure you, I've never had to mention my social medias, what I do for work, what I have going on. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. And guess what? I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to say too much. My point is, get to a point, how you carry yourself, what is on the exterior, your character, the battles you had to face before, the castles you had to build, is what you're seeing on the exterior without you having to speak. That should be what speaks, not you. Move in silence. Exercise self-control and protect yourself. So, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If this video gave you value, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. On this channel, there's lots of fitness tips, workouts, talking videos like this for reflection, self-improvement, self-awareness, and so much more. May God bless you, and I'll see you next video.